Ladies, let me be clear. Picture pressing one small hidden spot on your body for just 60 seconds, and suddenly feeling your energy, sensitivity, and strength return in ways you thought were gone for good. I'm talking about a natural way to bring back circulation, sensation, and confidence, even if you are 60, 70, or 80 years old. This isn't some trick. It's real medicine meeting timeless wisdom, and it can change the way you feel as a woman. My name is Dr. Laura. I am a urologist and women's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping women restore their vitality. Over the years, I've listened to thousands of women quietly share their struggles with fading strength and intimacy, and I've guided them towards safe, proven solutions that bring back hope. Most women believe that once desire fades, the only answers are pills or simply learning to accept it, but that's not true. There is a place on your body almost no one talks about, a point recognized in traditional medicine for centuries. Now modern science is proving its ability to boost blood flow, nerve health, and pelvic strength. Here's my promise. If you massage this spot for just 1 minute each day, you can improve circulation, relax your pelvic floor, and reawaken the very systems that fuel lasting vitality. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly where this spot is, how to find it, how to massage it correctly, and which simple oils make it even more effective. Stay with me, because this may be the one piece of knowledge that helps you feel whole again. Before we start, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of my health advice created especially for women in their golden years. And if today's message connects with you, let me know by typing 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 so I can keep improving and bring you the support you truly need. Now, before I show you exactly where this powerful spot is, we need to understand why things change after 50. Desire and response that once came easily begin to fade, not because womanhood disappears, but because of specific shifts inside your body that slowly reduce circulation, nerve sensitivity, and pelvic muscle strength. Let me speak to you as openly as I would if you were sitting across from me in my office. I've seen it in hundreds of women. At first, things seem to work just fine, and then slowly, year by year, changes sneak in. What once felt effortless begins to require more focus. What once felt strong and reliable may now feel uncertain, sometimes fading halfway or never quite happening at all. And it's not just about intimacy, it's about confidence, about how you see yourself as a woman. Many women tell me that when this begins to happen, they feel as if part of their identity is slipping away. But I want you to know, you are not alone, and this is not your fault. The truth is, after the age of 50, your body goes through very specific changes. First, the pelvic floor muscles, the ones that help control urination and intimacy, become both tense and weak at the same time. It may sound strange, but think of a rubber band stretched too long. It feels tight, but the snap is gone. That's what happens inside your body. The tension makes circulation harder, while the weakness means the muscles no longer support you the way they once did. Second, your blood vessels change. With age, they lose flexibility, becoming stiff and narrow. That means blood doesn't flow into your pelvic region as easily or as quickly as before. Intimacy depends on steady blood flow, and when vessels can't expand, response and energy suffer. Third, the nerves in the pelvic area become pressed down. Years of sitting, stress, poor posture, and even old inflammation can slowly smother the very signals that carry pleasure. The result is duller feeling, weaker arousal, and slower response. Now you may be thinking, this sounds like a hopeless mix: weak muscles, stiff vessels, and tired nerves. But this is where I want you to lean in. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's permanent. These problems are not a life sentence. They are signals from your body asking for help, for movement, for circulation. And the surprising truth is, there's a special spot on your body, hidden in plain sight, that when massaged the right way can reverse much of this decline. It's a place most women have never paid attention to, yet it holds the secret to restoring circulation, nerves, and strength. In the next part, I'll reveal exactly where this spot is and why it's been called the $1,000,000 point. Now that you understand why things begin to shift after 50, let me share something most women never hear about, even from their doctor. There is a small hidden area on your body that influences your pelvic health, sensitivity, and bladder control. This area is called the perineum. In traditional medicine, it has long been known as the $1,000,000 point. It rests quietly between your vaginal opening and your anus, a place few women pay attention to until they discover how powerful it truly is. I'll be honest with you, when I first started practicing medicine decades ago, I didn't think much about the perineum either. Like many doctors trained in Western medicine, my focus was on pills, surgeries, and procedures. But as I listened to my patients and watched their progress, I realized something important. This overlooked spot is like a hidden crossroads where many pathways of women's health connect. Beneath that small patch of skin run major blood vessels that supply the pelvic area. These vessels act like pipelines carrying the fuel needed for energy and response. Alongside them are vital nerves that deliver the signals of pleasure and arousal to your brain. Without them, intimacy feels muted, like music played through a broken speaker. The pelvic floor muscles also connect in this region, and just above sits the bladder and parts of the reproductive system. All of these structures meet here, layered in a space smaller than your hand, so when circulation slows, when nerves grow dull, when muscles tighten, it's often at this intersection that problems build up. And here's the amazing part. By giving gentle regular massage to the perineum, you can directly support all of these systems at once. It's like sending a signal to your body to wake up, release, and flow again. Women who begin stimulating this area often describe it as if a blockage inside their pelvis finally cleared, and everything began to move smoothly. This is why ancient healing traditions placed such importance on the $1,000,000 point. They knew health and vitality could be nurtured with simple care in this area. Today, modern science is proving what they already understood. Massage of the perineum boosts circulation, activates nerves, and eases pelvic tension. And here's where it becomes truly useful. It's one thing to know the perineum is important, but it's another to learn how to actually find it and massage it the right way. In the next section, I'll guide you step by step through locating this spot and practicing the massage safely in the comfort of your own home. Now that you know the perineum is the secret intersection where blood vessels, nerves, and pelvic muscles connect, the question is simple. How do you actually find it, and what do you do once you've located it? I want you to imagine this as if I were right there in the room with you, guiding your hand with the same calm assurance I've given to thousands of women before. The perineum rests in the small stretch of skin between your vaginal opening and your anus, right in the middle. It may feel a little awkward at first, because it's an area women rarely focus on, but with a little patience, you'll know when you've found it. When you press gently with your fingers, you should feel a soft indentation, slightly tender but sensitive. That tenderness isn't a problem. It's actually proof you've found the right spot. Once you've located it, the method is simple. Place your index and middle finger together and use them to apply steady, moderate pressure. Think of how you'd press on a ripe peach, firm enough to feel its shape, but gentle enough not to break it. That's the kind of pressure you want. From there, begin making small circles clockwise for 30 seconds, then counterclockwise for another 30 seconds. This 1-minute practice is often enough to improve circulation and release tension. Some women prefer a gentle up and down motion instead, almost like lightly bouncing on the spot. Others find benefit in pressing firmly for 5 seconds and then releasing for 5 seconds, creating a rhythm that helps blood flow. Remember, this isn't about pressing hard or forcing results. Too much pressure will only leave you sore or discouraged. Think of it less like a workout and more like a soft encouragement, a signal to your body to relax and open again. With practice, the movement becomes natural, and you'll begin to notice your body responding. More warmth, more relaxation, sometimes even a gentle pulsing, as fresh blood flows back into areas that were neglected. The beauty of this method is how simple it is. You don't need special tools, costly treatments, or complicated steps, just your own hands, a comfortable spot, and the willingness to give yourself 60 seconds of focused care. At first, it might feel a little unusual, or even slightly awkward, but within a week or two, many women tell me they begin to look forward to this quiet ritual, not just for the physical benefits, but for the feeling of control it gives them over their own health. And while you can do this massage without anything else, there's a way to make it more soothing and effective by using the right oils. In the next part, I'll explain which oils work best and how they turn this simple practice into a powerful daily routine. While you can certainly perform this massage with bare hands, I've found through years of working with women that the right oil can make the experience not only smoother, but also more effective. Think of it this way: oil isn't just for comfort, it can unlock deeper layers of healing, improve circulation, calm irritation, and feed the very tissues that have been ignored for too long. I still remember one woman in her 70s who came to me unsure about this practice. She tried it dry for a week and said it felt awkward and not very helpful. When I suggested oil, everything changed. Within days, she noticed more warmth, more flow, and an overall sense of ease. Sometimes the smallest shift makes the biggest difference. So which oils are worth your time? At the top of my list is castor oil. This oil has been used for centuries in traditional medicine because it can sink deep into the tissues. It carries rechinolic acid, a compound that calms inflammation while boosting circulation. When applied to the perineum, castor oil seems to absorb more deeply than most, almost as if it's reaching the muscles and vessels beneath the skin. Many women describe a gentle warming afterward, which is a clear sign of blood flow improving. Another excellent choice is coconut oil, especially virgin coconut oil. This is what I often recommend for women with sensitive skin because it's naturally soothing, antibacterial, and absorbs cleanly without leaving a heavy feel. Coconut oil also has compounds that help balance hormones and calm low-grade inflammation, both of which matter for pelvic health. And let's be honest, it smells much nicer than castor oil, which some women find medicinal. For those wanting something stronger, black seed oil is another wonderful option. This oil contains the moconone, a compound linked to better circulation and hormone support. In Middle Eastern traditions, it's been treasured for centuries as a tonic for female vitality. The only drawback is that it can be harder to find and a bit more expensive, but for some women, the results are worth it. And if you want to take it a step further, you can mix these oils and even add a few drops of essential oils. Peppermint oil can spark circulation, rosemary stimulates the nerves, and sandalwood has long been connected to feminine health and balance. Just remember, essential oils are strong, so just 3 or 4 drops per ounce of carrier oil is plenty. Using oils turns this from a simple massage into a true ritual of self-care. It's not just about your fingers pressing into the tissue, it's about the healing power of the oils working together with your touch. When the two combine, the effects can feel stronger, quicker, and longer lasting. Now that you know how to enhance this massage with oils, the next question is simple. Why does this technique actually work? In the following part, I'll explain the science behind what's happening inside your body each time you press this spot. When you first hear the idea of pressing on one small point for just a minute a day, it may sound too easy to make a difference. But once you understand what's happening inside your body, it begins to make perfect sense. Over the years, I've explained this to countless women who came in doubtful, and I've seen their faces light up as the science matched their own experience. Let me walk you through it, step by step. The first and most obvious effect is improved blood flow. When you apply gentle pressure and movement to the perineum, you're essentially working like a small pump. You're moving old blood out of the tissues and inviting fresh, oxygen-rich blood to flow in. Intimacy and response depend fully on this boost of circulation, and the more you encourage it, the stronger and more reliable your system becomes. Many women describe a gentle warmth during or after the massage. That warmth is blood returning to areas that had been neglected. Second, you're waking up nerves that may have slowed down over time. The nerves responsible for sensitivity and response run directly through the perineal region. When they are pressed by tight muscles or poor posture, their signals weaken. Gentle massage relieves this pressure, letting signals travel freely again. It's like cleaning dust off an old wire. The message becomes clear and strong once more. Third, this massage indirectly supports your pelvic organs. The bladder and reproductive system sit just above the perineum, and when circulation improves in this region, they benefit as well. Better blood flow reduces congestion, supports hormone activity, and even eases some urinary discomfort many women face as they age. I've had women tell me that not only did their sensitivity improve, but their trips to the bathroom at night lessened too. Fourth, you're releasing tension in the pelvic floor. These muscles often tighten and tire out, just like the muscles in your shoulders or back. But because they're hidden deep inside, most women never realize how much they influence intimacy, bladder control, and even energy levels. By loosening these trigger points, the entire pelvic system works more smoothly and strongly. And finally, there's an effect on your nervous system that many women overlook. This massage stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that promotes calm, healing, and restoration. Stress hormones, like cortisol, which can interfere with intimacy, start to drop. That's why so many women report not only better response, but also a sense of calm, focus, and emotional balance after making this massage a daily habit. All these changes are happening at the same time: blood flow, nerve health, pelvic support, muscle relaxation, and nervous system balance. That's why such a small and simple act can bring such powerful results. But knowing it works is only half the story. The real question is, when should you do it, and how often to get the best results? That's exactly what we'll look at next. One of the questions women ask me most often is, "Doctor, when is the best time to do this massage, and how often should I be doing it?" It's a fair question, because with practices like this, timing and consistency matter a lot. Over the years, I've guided women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s through this routine, and I've noticed a clear pattern. When you treat it as a daily ritual, instead of something you do once in a while, the benefits build layer by layer until you see real changes in how your body reacts. Mornings are a wonderful time to practice. That's when your natural hormone levels are usually at their highest. By massaging the perineum soon after waking, you're working with your body's own rhythm, almost as if you're boosting the signal your body is already sending. Women who practice in the morning often say they feel more energized through the day, and some notice their natural response becoming stronger within the first week. Evenings, though, have their own special advantage. A gentle 1-minute massage before bed helps the nervous system shift into a calmer state. It lowers stress hormones, relaxes the pelvic floor, and can even improve sleep quality and morning energy. I've heard countless women share how their sleep became deeper and their mood more steady after ending the day with this short practice. In the beginning, I usually suggest starting every other day. This allows your body to adjust without irritation or soreness. After a week, most women can easily move to once daily, and for those who enjoy the benefits, twice a day, morning and night, can bring even greater results. But let me be clear, this is not about how hard or how long you massage. A single minute done consistently is far more powerful than long sessions done once in a while. Think of it like exercise. You don't get strong by going to the gym once a week and pushing too hard. You get strong by showing up regularly and giving your body the signal to grow healthier. It's also worth noting that if you're planning intimacy, doing the massage 2 to 3 hours before often works best. It prepares the system without overstimulating it, leaving you ready instead of distracted. Over time, you'll find the rhythm that fits your life, but the golden rule stays the same: consistency over intensity. Whenever I teach women about this massage, I always stress that it's not just about what you do, it's also about what you should avoid. Too many women get excited about the idea of restoring their energy and dive in with the wrong approach. Then, when they don't see quick results, or worse, when they feel discomfort, they stop altogether. I don't want that to happen to you. Let me share the most common mistakes I've seen over the years, so you can avoid them and stay on track toward real improvement. The first mistake is pressing too hard. I understand the temptation. Many of us grew up thinking that harder means better, that more effort brings more results. But here, it's the opposite. Pressing with too much force can leave you sore or even bruised, and that soreness makes it hard to stay consistent. Remember, this is not like massaging your back or shoulders. This is delicate tissue with sensitive nerves and vessels. Think gentle encouragement, not heavy pressure. The second mistake is skipping the oil. Some women think they can keep it simple by pressing with dry fingers, but oil does much more than make the massage smooth. It nourishes the skin, helps circulation, and often adds its own healing properties. Skipping it means you're leaving out half the benefits. Another mistake is using the wrong position. If you're twisting your arm, straining your back, or cramping your hand just to reach the perineum, you won't keep up the practice. Comfort is important. Whether you're lying down with knees bent, sitting on the edge of a chair, or standing with one foot up on a stool, find the position that lets you relax and focus without strain. And perhaps the most discouraging mistake of all is giving up too soon. I've seen women try this for 3 days, not notice big changes, and decide it doesn't work. That's like planting a seed and expecting a tree by the weekend. This practice works step by step. With each day, circulation improves, tension eases, nerves wake up, and the body relearns how to respond. But it needs time. Avoiding these mistakes will help you stay steady and comfortable, which is exactly what leads to lasting results. And when you stay consistent, you'll notice something amazing. The benefits of this simple 1-minute practice go far beyond intimacy. In fact, the improvements often show up in other areas of life you might never expect. Most women begin this practice because they want stronger, more reliable response, and that's an important goal. But what often surprises them, and still amazes me, after years of recommending this method, is how many other parts of life begin to improve. When you spend just 1 minute a day massaging this hidden spot, the ripple effects reach far beyond intimacy. I've had women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s come back to me weeks later with stories that sounded almost too good to be true, yet they were real and consistent. One of the first changes many women notice is better bladder control. That leaking after urination, the frequent bathroom trips at night, those frustrating reminders of aging, often reduce noticeably. Why? Because by relaxing and strengthening the pelvic floor, you're giving your bladder the support it needs to work properly. I remember one woman in her late 60s who told me she went from waking up 4 times a night to only once, or sometimes not at all. Her husband was happier too, because they both finally slept through the night. Another unexpected benefit is relief from chronic pelvic or lower back pain. The pelvic floor muscles connect to the hips, lower spine, and even the core. When these muscles are tight and knotted, they pull on everything around them. By releasing tension, you ease strain in areas that may have troubled you for years. I'll never forget a woman in her 70s who told me her nagging hip pain of 5 years disappeared after 3 weeks of consistent practice. Her physical therapist was amazed, but she knew exactly why. It was this daily massage. Women also notice more stability during exercise, greater stamina, and quicker recovery. The pelvic floor is part of the body's foundation, and when it works well, the whole system moves with better balance and ease. Even mental clarity and mood can improve. Stress hormones ease, circulation improves, and with that comes a sense of lightness, focus, and fresh energy. Some women share that they feel more confident in daily life, simply because they are finally caring for an area they had ignored for years. These benefits remind us that this massage isn't only about better performance in the bedroom, it's about supporting overall health, self-respect, and quality of life. But knowing the benefits is only half the answer. The real key is making this practice a steady part of your daily life. And in the next section, I'll explain how to build it in so it feels natural, easy, and hard to forget. The biggest challenge with any health practice isn't learning what to do, it's sticking with it long enough to see results. I've seen women get excited, try the massage for a few days, and then let it fade away under the weight of daily distractions. The truth is, this technique works best, not as a quick fix, but as a daily ritual, something as natural as brushing your teeth or washing your face. Once you find a rhythm, it no longer feels like a chore. It becomes a small gift you give yourself each day. The first step is to tie the massage to something you already do regularly. Maybe it's right after your morning shower, before you do your skincare, or just before bed. When you connect it to a habit you already have, it becomes automatic, and you don't have to rely on willpower. Some women tell me that keeping a small bottle of oil on their nightstand was the single change that kept them consistent. Out of sight often means out of mind, but when you see it daily, you can't forget. Tracking your progress can also be surprisingly encouraging. I suggest jotting down a quick note each day, how your energy felt, how your body responded, how your mood was. It doesn't have to be long. Over time, these notes become proof of your progress. I recall one woman in her late 60s who started rating her vitality each morning on a scale of 1 to 10. A month later, when she looked back, she saw her numbers rising steadily, and that was all the encouragement she needed to keep going. Don't fall into the trap of perfectionism. You don't have to do the massage at the exact same time every single day to succeed. If you miss a day, don't punish yourself by trying to make up for it. Just continue where you left off. What matters most is consistency over time, not strict rules. Even practicing 3 or 4 days a week can make a big difference. Though daily practice is best, the goal is to see this massage as preventive care, not just a solution once problems start. Even if you feel satisfied now, this practice helps preserve your strength, energy, and vitality as you grow older. It's always easier to protect your health than to fight to restore it once it's gone. When you commit to making this a lasting habit, you're making an investment in yourself, one that returns confidence, strength, and quality of life. And once you've built it into your routine, the final step is understanding the bigger picture. Why this one simple minute each day can shape the way you age, and why ignoring it comes at a cost. At the end of the day, this whole practice comes down to one simple choice. Do you accept decline as a natural part of aging, or do you take an active role in keeping your body strong, vibrant, and alive? I've spoken with women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who felt hopeless because other methods weren't giving them the lasting results they wanted. They thought their best years were over. Yet when they embraced this 1-minute daily massage, something remarkable happened. They began to feel in control again. They realized they didn't have to hand over their vitality to age. Maintaining your strength is not about chasing youth. It's about preserving dignity, intimacy, and the confidence of knowing your body can still respond when you want it to. We service our cars, take care of our homes, and even maintain our gardens, yet so often we neglect the very vessel that carries us through life, our own bodies. This small, simple act of pressing on one spot for a minute a day is like preventive care for womanhood. It's not flashy, it's not costly, but it works, and it puts the power back in your hands. I think of one woman in her late 70s who came to me resigned to her situation. She believed intimacy was behind her. After 30 days of steady practice, she told me with tears in her eyes that not only was her body responding better, but she felt a renewed sense of connection with her husband. They laughed together again, held each other warmly, and she said something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I feel like myself again." That's the true promise here. Not just better function, but a fuller life lived with joy and confidence. So now the choice is yours. You can rely on quick fixes, keep hoping for the best, and watch your vitality fade. Or you can take a single minute each day to nurture your body, improve your circulation, restore your confidence, and reclaim your womanhood. The investment is small, a little time, a little consistency, maybe a bottle of oil, but the return can be life-changing. And if you've read this far, I know you're serious about making that choice, because what comes next is the most important message of all. The reminder that your best years can still be ahead of you. So here we are at the end of this journey together. We've uncovered why vitality fades with age, the hidden strength of the pelvic floor, how to massage it properly, the oils that make it more powerful, the science behind it, the best timing, the mistakes to avoid, and the surprising benefits beyond intimacy. What I hope you carry with you is this: you are not powerless. 1 minute a day can restore not just your function, but your dignity, closeness, and confidence. I've seen it change lives, and it can change yours too. The choice is in your hands, literally.